I feel incredibly privileged to have met my queerness now in terms of where we're at in space and time and history. I think largely I've been able to ride into queerness on the coattails of centuries of other people's activism. Thank you, universe, yum, yum, yum. Lucky me. I think the only thing is probably even easier to be compared to 50 years ago now than queer is probably vegan. Just because you can get vegan food everywhere now, can't you? I mean, you can get plant-based food everywhere you go, and they've learned to do stuff, you know, they're amazing. You can get a full vegan menu in Wetherspoons pubs now. Do you know Wetherspoons, where progress went to die? I think it's an incongruous place to be able to get a full vegan menu. But, you know, I just mean that vegans haven't had centuries of being sort of like oppressed and jailed and killed and converted to get their own whole menu, have they, in Wetherspoons? You could argue they've had a long time of culinary oppression if you tasted tofu. No, none of us have, but we've all eaten it. I even feel privileged, I feel especially privileged to have met my queerness as an adult as well. I think it's much harder if you're not straight when you're a child. Because when you're a kid, your whole self-worth hinges, doesn't it, on how respected and valued you feel by the people around you, especially by your family. Whereas once you're in your mid-30s, you think, wow. You can disown me if you want, actually, Uncle John, I couldn't give a fuck. I'll be honest, Uncle John has always been a chore. Bye, John. Oh, John, before you go, please, could you chuck me out of the WhatsApp group? That hasn't been nothing. I've noticed bits and bobs. I've had a bit of disbelief. I found that fascinating. I've had a bit of disbelief that I was ever straight. I think people like to think of all queerness as being born in a terrible closet full of the tears of Kelly Holmes and Philip Schofield. And not to belittle their terrible experience, but I'm afraid that wasn't my experience. I wasn't having an oppressed time, I'm afraid, so I was having a fucking great time loving and fucking all those blokes. Woohoo! I had loads of opportunities to get off with women, didn't want to, don't know what happened. One day something changed, really did. I'm only a clown, I can only speak to my own experience. I don't understand the chemistry of it. I've got no sciencey way of backing this up. The only evidence I can think of is, can you imagine a less lesbian crush than Gandalf? I've been fascinated by the curiosity I've had. I even naively thought that by now, if you were sort of in public in a same-sex relationship, that was like, you know, I didn't realise that you're still like spotted. Even if you're in like a busy city or a festival or something like that, like you get noticed, you get like whispered about, you get like giggled about, you get like sort of seen in a way. Like, I think because I've had such recent straight relationships to compare it to, I was a bit like, oh God, it's like people are sort of like, sometimes you get the impression people genuinely are negative. You get the idea sometimes that people are excited to have seen two women together in the wild. Sometimes you get the idea that people are genuinely so excited about it they couldn't not say something or point or something, like, you know, when you see a really, 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 really big dog who one of its granddads must have been a horse. You get a bit of that still if you're two women together. The tangiest bit of curiosity that I have had, I've had more than one friend my own age, when I say I'm dating a woman, go, oh my. I mean, like, what do you actually do? Where do I begin? I mean, the problem's with the question, isn't it? The problem is with the question, what do you actually do? That is, I mean, for a start, no straight person's ever been asked that, ever. Have they? No straight person's ever said to their friend, oh, I'm seeing someone new, and the friend's first thing to be like, oh, right, tell me exactly how you fuck. Just wouldn't. What do you actually do, they're asking. Also, where the hell have these friends been? What do you actually do? I'm pretty sure they've used the internet ever. What do you actually do? Knowing my luck, the exact answer's probably on the Wikipedia page. What do you actually do? How straight are these friends that they cannot work it out? It also betrays a massive lack of imagination, doesn't it? What do you actually do? What do they think two women do when they get in the bedroom? They think we just sort of stand there. Just really sort of seriously and morosely, sort of slowly. Just sort of miserably take off our clothes. Look down in a really disappointed way at where a willy still hasn't grown. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, I still haven't got one. Oh no, have you? No! he's still just got this pointless area. Probably better just hold hands again. If you wanted, maybe I could try and do a dance. No.